All right, Theo. Well, I have a segment for you that I like to call Versus, where we each have to make a pitch. This could also be called Pitch versus Pitch, or something like that.
Pitch, please.
Pitch, please. Pitch, please. Okay, that's a great one. Pitch, please.
Pitch, please.
Pitch, please is I send Theo a prompt, and this week we both need to come up with a pitch for a game in which the protagonist does not move.
Yeah, and that was all the details you gave me. You gave me no other details.
I left it open because I wanted to get
know right now, you should go first because mine is just a goof.
It's straight up a goof?
It's just, I didn't have any good ideas, and so I was like, I'm just gonna goof this one.
Wonderful.
So, if you have a good idea, I would love to hear it.
Here's my idea. You play as a plant and you mash A to grow.
Boo!
No, that was a goof. All right, this is my actual thing. My initial thought was to have like a Edgar Allan Poe like heartbeat under the floorboards of like you play a dead body under floorboards and you play as a ghost. But I was like, I feel like that's just Ghost Trick. Like there are other games and like or like Murdered Soul Suspect, which is a game I didn't play. So I came up with a better idea. And it's based off of my girlfriend told me about a book called The Dark Lord of Durkholm, in which it's a fantasy realm in which it's like a tourist attraction where people basically play NPCs in a fantasy realm and people trade off being like the Dark Lord. Huh. And it's like finally gotten to this one person who's just not Dark Lord at all. And so my pitch is you play as an NPC that can't move from their shop or whatever, like their house or something, and they've been cursed by a villain. The problem is they don't know who the villain is. Like they made basically their own like fantasy world with NPCs, and you're one of them. And one of your clientele is the villain. And
so you have to figure out
who they are, and also you need to get enough materials by bartering and selling stuff to break the curse.
Huh.
Without letting on.
Wait, how do you break the curse?
By getting like a feather and getting all the items. But you can't let him know.
Is the villain trying to prevent you from getting these things?
Yes.
Interesting. But they're also trying not to
You don't know who he is, so you gotta like talk to the people and also like trade with them.
Ooh.
So this is like this turned into like an actual pitch where I'm this is interesting.
Have you heard of the game that's coming up called After Party? It's like it's a game where the main mechanic is like you're at a bar and you're drinking and the devil is the barkeeper.
Oh, I think I played it.
This is by the people who...
Did I?
It's coming up. It's made by the people who made Oxenfree. It's like a little studio. It looks really cool. And like...
Does it have a boy and a girl?
Maybe. I think the protagonist is a girl.
Because I played a game at PAX East that sounded like that, where you play as a boy and a girl, and you're at like a bar and like their demon stuff, and you're in the underworld.
That sounds like it.
I found it boring.
I mean, it's hard to that's probably a really hard game to demo at PAX because it's like that's a narrative game.
I played like 10 minutes of it and I was like, where is this plot even going? It felt like people trying to be too trendy with their dialogue.
Well, it's
instead of like I didn't do anything.
We're gonna hand you 10 minutes of Red Dead Redemption, but it's gonna be all conversation.
Yeah, that
right.
Would be,
like,
I mean, I don't know what the gameplay is of the game, which is a problem.
I don't know. I saw the art style and I heard the pitch and I was like,
neat.
And I was like, that sounds cool enough.
I mean,
I would probably play it.
It got me into the demo, but then the demo didn't do any favors.
Yeah. I just think that's a hard game to demo.
Yes,
it's a narrative game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that sounds like a fun game though. The one you've pitched. You play as a shopkeeper. Like that sounds. I thought
it would be like. I thought it was gonna be funny. I was trying to come up with a funny one. I came up with a real idea.
Yep.
So.
No, I like it. I think that
your pitch, please.
You could have like a side objective where it's like you're also trying to like keep the business of the shop afloat.
Yeah,
like you actually do need to run a shop.
There is a game that you do play as like a shopkeeper.
Yeah,
and it's like you're a shopkeeper in an RPG. But this has the twist of like you are an NPC and you cannot move.
Right.
Of like in your like the existential horror of like I am an NPC and I see all these adventurers come in and like take my stuff.
I didn't know how far you wanted to go with the not moving. My immediate thought was like VR games. Tons of VR games do this. People don't move in VR.
Yeah,
like
that's I kind of had the thought of like how would you do this narratively? I would accept if it was like somebody in a wheelchair, like somebody has to be pushed around. It's like you can have the protagonist technically move, but like it needs to be not by their own volition. Because I didn't want like Mario. Because most games are about, like, you control the movement, and the movement is a big part of the game.
Right.
So,
yeah.
What's your pitch?
All right. You ready?
We've been beating around the bush.
beating around the bush for this great game pitch I'm about to lay on you. Get your wallet out.
It's already out.
Kickstart that game. New game from the makers, the people who brought you the Emoji Movie.
I hate it. You could have said our actual game. The actual game we came out with.
I know, I also wanted to point out to you, like, the game that we literally put on Steam is a game in which you don't move.
Called Lost in Spice.
Go check it out, Lost in
VR
Spice.
game.
If you have an
VR
Oculus,
cooking
go check it out. Give us
We made it for our
give us a
capstone.
thumbs up.
Yes.
Anyways, for the people who bring you the Emoji Movie,
Oh, stop it.
comes from the IP of the century, the Sonic movie, comes Sonic Coma.
Tails!
A new thriller game
Wait,
brought to you by
Sonic's been in a coma for 10 years.
Sonic has eaten too many chili dogs and has fallen into a deep coma. In his nightmares, he dreams of a major motion picture starring himself.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And he
So
must
it's a
watch
nightmare.
the entirety of it.
No, wait, is that the
The
gameplay?
gameplay is trying to fight off executives trying to make the movie. It's a VR game in which you're sitting in, and at the same time you're forced to watch the Sonic movie. The current cut. Pre-remake.
Does it cut from the real world, or like the game real world of like going to Sonic in the coma, like in the bed, and people coming up to him, you know, like, Sonic, I know we had our differences. It's me, Robotnik. But, you know, I really liked our little rivalry. Really, I mean, Tails isn't really cutting it. He's kind of a wuss. And Knuckles is like a weirdo.
It's always been me and you.
It's always been me and you, and I'm sorry I put you in this coma.
So the gameplay, it's a VR fighting game
I hate it.
in which you are sat from the perspective of a movie
You don't
theater
even
chair.
go fast? Oh.
No, you have to stay still.
You have to just sit. This is just an endurance game.
And people are coming out to fight you as if they're moving towards you in like the movie aisles. And you have to fight them off while also watching the movie. But the challenge is to also learn as little about the movie as possible. At the end, there's a quiz, and you have to get as many questions wrong as you can.
I hate this. I hate it and I love it. It's so memey. This is a tough decision for us who need to figure out which pitch is better. Because this, like, if we give this to the audience, they won't hear back for a while which one we chose, and they're going to forget about it. So we need to come up with which one we like more. Oh, that's pure meme. It's so concentrated.
I was like, okay, game where people can't move.
It's
Coma.
a tough.
And then I ran out of ideas. And I was like, let's just go pure meme lord.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I was like, he goes fast.
I was like, what would be cruel irony if Sonic was stuck in a coma?
I would love if the game ended and it's like Sonic being wheeled out and they're like, you got out of the coma, but you can't use your legs. And he's like, you gotta go fast.
Or if Sonic, in the game, you can hear the people from outside the real world. You can hear them talking about you.
The Eggman and being like...
And then you hear them, and Tails is like, pull the plug.
He's been going for too long. He wants to get that big ring in the sky.
And you're like, no, I'm almost done with the movie. I'm almost out.
You pull the plug and it makes the Sonic death noise. Boom. He just falls down the stage.
Coins scatter everywhere.
Yeah.
The rings.
Oh boy! Everyone's collected them.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's just a meme. My game is just a meme.
It's just a meme. So, do you want to do a segment, or do you want me to...
Did you want to decide which one was better?
Oh, we did want to decide what it was.
Game that I would actually make? Yours. Sounds interesting. Sounds cool.
Game that's made me laugh?
Game that's just the goof?
Hey, if we were both winners,
Maybe.
I'll get the award for we'll actually make this game.
Yeah.
You'll get the award for funniest goof.
Funniest goof.
Funniest goof. Is that going to be the name of the episode? Is Sonic in a coma?
Sonic Coma.
Sonic Coma. Sonic Adventure 3. I'm in a coma.
Help, Knuckles, please.
Knuckles,
Knuckles,
Sonic,
please.
come to the real world. You're dreaming. I love it and I hate it more than the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Gotta stay still.
This is going to stay relevant when people look back at the old memes of the old Sonic the Hedgehog because they said they were,
timely, you know?
It's very timely.